So, a brother, I'm gonna answer his question in the video. I did a video about this before about how feminism and Islam don't mix. Yeah, we did a video about this. Um, to answer that brother's question, um, how do I feel about it? Yeah, it doesn't belong, and you know, I believe this is just my personal belief. If, for example, any of the Prophet Salam's wives were alive, um, if the women who were around the Prophet who weren't his wives were alive, then they would look at these women as idiots, you know, because of the simple fact they bought into the sauce. And as I said before, when you play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. Just last night on Clubhouse, I'll give you an example. Um, I said some things about Pookie and Ray Ray, and this one woman, I think she's from Somalia or something like that. I think she is, or she's mixed with like Somalian Ethiopian, right? I said some things about Pookie and Ray Ray, and she got offended, and she even said, I think she said, I have a problem with it. Me, I said, I don't give a shit. Those were my words. I said, I don't give a shit. Those were my exact words. I'll tell you right now, many modern Muslim women, many non-Muslim women who are from the West have a problem with me. As a matter of fact, that's the reason why I had to start this page. It's because my previous page was getting flagged. I was getting hate mail and threats on my previous page. As a matter of fact, someone tried to dox me. Someone actually tried to dox me on my previous page. You know what I mean? But we avoided that because when that person tried to dox me and tried to send someone after me, although I'm a boxer, I have something else for him too, but we're not going to get into that. But anyhow, we have this concept in Islam called fitrah, and basically what fitrah means is natural disposition, right? Being in your natural disposition. So a man's natural disposition is basically to work, basically to hunt, basically to build, basically to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And when he works, when he builds, when he provides for his family, these are struggles, but they're also worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, right? So with that being said, he understands that for the most part. But because feminism has come, that type of archetype of man has had to take a back seat. Okay, and the reason why he's had to take a back seat is because women have been told, oh, you can do anything. Oh, you can do it all. Oh, you can have everything you want. Like they've been told that, and because they have been told that, they are, they're lost in the sauce right now. As a matter of fact, Muslim women lead divorce, doing divorces, right? Muslim women now, I have noticed a trend in the mosque. I have noticed a trend in like many places of worship that Muslim women are complaining that Muslim men are not marrying them because, and as a matter of fact, one cried. There have been many who have cried because Muslim men aren't marrying them. And the reason why they're crying is because Muslim men are now catching on as well, and they know how combative they are. They know how combative they are. They know how they brought it to the sauce. They know that their degree, has now made them, has gassed them up. That little piece of paper. Now, me myself, I have a degree, but I don't really broadcast it. To me, a degree is just a piece of paper that tells you, hey, you can do this thing. You're qualified to do this. That's all a degree is. However, for the modern Muslim women, that's a safety. That's a status symbol. And also, when it comes to non-Muslim women as well, that's a status symbol. So you'll have a woman say something like, for example, they'll say, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I got a degree in such and such, such and such, right? They'll use that as a talking point, right? But many of them don't have a degree in common sense, right? Now, on to what you were talking about, on to your question in detail, and back to the fitrah. The fitrah of a woman, is to nurture, is to be there as part of a support system, and is to actually maintain the balance, if we want to go into the deeper spiritual aspect of Islam, right? God, Allah, He has masculine characteristics, but God also has feminine characteristics. And what I mean by that, He has masculine characteristics of being strong, not like us though. He has characteristics of being just, right? And He has characteristics of being willing. These are just a couple examples. But He also has characteristics of being merciful. He also has characteristics of being compassionate. And He also has characteristics of being forgiving as well. So it evens itself out. And so that's why God created women for it too, is to even us out. To create a balance. But since that balance has been tipped by feminism, by liberalism, and by sexual liberation, and these women empowerment movements, since it's been tipped, that balance is no longer there. So the opposite has happened. And it's happened in the Muslim community as well. Okay, I'm going to just be honest with you. So, with that being said, feminism, it doesn't mix with traditional classical Islam, because of the simple fact that it goes against the very nature of what women is put on this earth. I'll give you another example too. There is a well-known hadith, which is the saying of the Prophet, alayhi salatu salam. And I'm going to end on this example. The Prophet alayhi salatu salam basically said that, a woman was created out of a rib, a crooked rib at that. And so if you bend that crooked rib too much, it's going to break, right? So what happened with feminism and sexual liberation, and I'm just going to end on this note, is that it bent the woman so much that she's, for the most part, broken. A guy, however, does not have the choice. He must keep it pushing while he's broken. But you can equate it to being on the battlefield, on the field, where, you make a shot, but if you're not dead, you have to keep it moving. No matter what. But women, once they're broken, they're pretty much done for good, because the world caters to them and will not make them hold accountability for their actions. So, for example, I'll give you one example. A woman may decide that, hey, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to do this and that, which is okay. But when she makes it the end all and be all to support a lifestyle, which includes having a car note, like a Mercedes-Benz car note, which includes having a Birkin bag, being like, I guess you can say, a boss babe Muslim woman. When she incurs that debt and she has to pay that debt and she has to work 40 plus hours a week, she becomes unhappy, she becomes bitter, and she becomes wondering, where did the Muslim brothers go? But for her, and you know, her having that taste of lifestyle, those Muslim brothers are long gone. You know, because that just shows a Muslim brother that she's not good with debt. She's not good with money. Now, another example, and I'll just give a non-Muslim example. Okay. You know, women, for the most part, I'm going to be honest, like, I'll say like 99% of Western women have rode the pogo stick. You know, they rode like Chaz's pogo stick, they rode Tyrone's pogo stick, they rode Pookie and Ray Ray's pogo stick. And, you know, Western women who come from other cultures but are Western minded and who came up in this society, they rode like Miguel's pogo stick, Chan's pogo stick, and, you know, Ahmed's pogo stick. So once that's over, you know, and they decide, hey, I want to settle down, I want to start a family and stuff, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to bond. They don't know how to be, you know, motherly anymore. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, yeah, Islam and feminism is contradictory of each other, because as like by default, Muslim women, if we want to look from a legal standpoint, Muslim women have more rights than Muslim men by default, right? If Islam is in the correct way, by the book, and also considering the times we're living in, you know, they have more rights than men, you know. But because they feel that they don't, and because they feel like these rights that are in place are oppressive, but they're really trying to protect them, they embrace this feminism, and they have the stupid prize that they were looking for. So I hope this answers your question. Thank you for asking this question. Like and subscribe to this page. And if you know any who would be interested in having a balanced perspective, in a perspective that is based on traditional West African Islam, then bring them to the page and we can continue on. But that's all I got. Thanks for asking, and I hope it answers your question. Fula signing out. Njadama.